This program has been brought to you by Airtel, proud supporter of Africa's rising football stars.
Africa, home to 1 billion football dreams. And somewhere, the next great footballer is about to be revealed. Airtel Rising Stars, 400,000 players, 18,000 teams, 16 countries, 1 African championship. Register now online or at any Airtel shop. Airtel Rising Stars. If you're out there, we'll find you.
When Airtel announced the next installment of Airtel Rising Stars, our journey through Africa began. We traveled the world, from east to west, north, south, and everywhere in between. We experienced firsthand the heartbeat of a continent in love with the beautiful game. We met some of Africa's greatest ever, past, present, and future. We visited England's West Midlands, and we discovered a club steeped in history, one of the founding members of the Football League in 1888. West Bromwich Albion have spent the majority of their existence in the top tier of English football, champions of England in the 1919-1920 season, and winners of 5 FA Cups. It's also home to this man, Nigeria's Peter Odemwingie, one of the Premier League's fastest and most lethal players on the ball. In 2010, he moved here to the Hawthorns for an undisclosed fee on a 2-year contract, the option of a 3rd year in the club's favour. One day later, he scored the 81st minute winning goal on his Premier League debut. It was a 1-0 win against Sunderland. So much success has followed the Nigerian international wherever he's gone, yet one of English football's fastest rising stars has managed to stay focused and grounded. Of course, he's having the time of his life along the way.
I started my professional football, in Belgium. I've been, looking forward in playing in the English league. It's a very popular league. I like the football. The atmosphere in the stadiums are great. Then opportunity came for me to go to West Brom. The managers followed my career for a few years, wanted me on board. I didn't hesitate, because every English club in Premiership is a big club and have history.
Odemwingie's adaptation to the English game has been fast and swift, and along the way, he's won a number of accolades. Named Barclays Premier League Player of the Month in April 2010, it was his 2nd time winning the award in the same season, and with it, he joined an elite group. 2013 was a difficult year for the Nigerian. Following his exclusion from his country's Africa Cup of Nations side, a side that went on to win their first AFCON crown since 1994, the world witnessed an Odemwingie meltdown on social media. Following a transfer request at West Brom and a visit to a rival club, Odemwingie took to Twitter to voice his displeasure with his current employers. But we have no doubt that the striker will bounce back after the difficult year. Airtel Football traveled east to Dar es Salaam to witness one of Africa's biggest club footballing spectacles. It's a game that brings this city to an utter standstill, a game that has more riding on it each time they play than simply table placement and bragging rights. This is a match steeped in history, and here on Derby Day, the streets of Dar es Salaam come alive with color. You'd be inclined to think it was a national holiday, a reason for most to take some time off work and join the parade. A parade that leads to one of the many entrances the 60,000-seater National Stadium. Simba and Yanga evokes memories of the past. Here, you're either the red and white of Simba or you're the yellow and green of the young Africans. There's no in between when these two footballing giants meet. It's a history so deep that it boasts a combined 31 Premier League titles. Both Simba and Yanga have won 5 in a row at some point in the past 45 years. For kids in Tanzania to play for either side is a dream come true. From Tanzania's top flight to France's League One, it took some time to catch up with two of football's brightest stars, two brothers who are a product of one of Africa's greatest ever, Abede Pele. Pele is a man who redefined the African game in Europe. Pele's list of accolades is as long as it is colorful. Three-time winner of the African Footballer of the Year. In 1991, he became the first African to win the World Player of the Year. Champions League winner with French League One side Olympique Marseille in '93, and capped 73 times for his country. And considered the greatest football player in Ghana's history, and amongst the best from Africa. His incredible footballing legacy continues at home in Ghana. Stories of his heroics still told, but that legacy is honored most within his own family. 3 sons playing professional football, and 2 for his old club in France's League One. Meet Andre Ayew and his brother Jordan, key members of Olympique Marseille, keen to be immortalized the same way as their father. Following in the footsteps of a club legend is never easy, and both sons are well aware of the legacy that they follow.
No, it's just family, my dad and my mom, and I think that for all what your parents do for their children and all the sacrifices that they've done, for us, we can never say thank you enough. It will never be enough to say thanks. And it's in little things like this that they maybe will feel that they're always in our mind and always in our heart, because they're my parents and I always love them.
Well, like I said, it's a dream come true, and everybody who has a brother who dream to play with his brother or his brothers on the national team. But like I said, it's a dream come true, and I hope my big brother will come back to the national team, because I would like to be there. I would like to have that experience with my 3 brothers. But I'm very, very happy, and things are going on well. So I can only thank God.
I think he's a player really to watch. He's going to become, for me, the best African striker that we have had in a long time, because he's big, he's tall, he has speed, and maybe people will think I'm talking very quick, but I know him very well, and I know him from the junior side and what he's doing now, and he needs confidence. He needs to continue working hard as he's doing, and I believe after the generation of Eto'o Drogba, he will be the next.
The dream to reach the dizzying heights of success as their father did in '93, lifting the Champions League trophy for Olympique Marseille in a thrilling final against Milan. Both Ayew siblings are in the early part of their football journeys, and with multiple Champions League appearances already between them, Andre and Jordan Ayew are well on their way to creating their own legacy away and at home. As the Airtel Rising Stars competition took center stage, we also went in search for Africa's next generation of footballers. And our journey brought us here, to Lusaka, Zambia. And we discovered a young man who is well on his way. Just ask the coach of the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations champions.
He was very talented when I saw him, left footer in front of the defense, midfield, very skilled, able to receive the ball from the right to play on the left, and not the opposite, to go forward to play in the deep. This is very important, because to find the players to play all the time backward or lateral ball, it's easy, but someone's taking the risk and not losing the ball, it's very important. Now it's a perfect example of Godfrey. He has some strongness, but also some weakness. He has to improve physically. He's sometimes at the same pace all the time. That means he has to improve his fitness in terms of pace. And if he understands he has to work a lot, he has the potential to reach one day the Chipolo Pro.
Renard witnessed the magic that Godfrey Ngwenyi produced firsthand. The young midfielder was instrumental in Central Province's success through the competition in Lusaka. Composed and fearless, with a natural understanding of the game, his exploits left his opponents flat-footed throughout. At the time, Godfrey was just 16 years old, and the grade 11 student at Kabwe's Kalonga High School was picked by Renard to play in an international friendly against Zimbabwe. We just had to find out a little more about the young phenom, so we traveled home with him to Kabwe, an old mining town in the center of the Southern African nation. And it was easy to see why he grew up eating, sleeping, and breathing football. His much as it appears that Godfrey's future had already been written out for him, that he was always going to play football at some level, there was certainly an element of surprise that he'd be chosen to play alongside his idols like Chris Katonga and Emmanuel Mayuka. He would follow in the footsteps of one of Zambia's greats, Kalusha Bwalia, that he would be playing football for the champions of Africa.
I started playing my football at the age of 6. By that time, we were playing those plastic balls. Yeah. After 4 years, I started playing a little bit of competitive football. We are playing. We are the team in Den. They are the under 12s. That's where I joined. Certain teams were interested in me, and that's how I joined FC Tigers. And that's why I started playing football. Then at FC Tigers, I was spotted when we went to a tournament that's here in Kabwe.
Since he was born, I usually to go with him to all the games which maybe we've been playing. Started first with in Ndola when I was with Zesco United as a coach. He used to follow me. When we were playing at home, you find maybe you are there at the bench, you just come in the pitch and sit close to you. So I saw it coming when he just started manning a ball at home. He needed always to have a ball playing around at home with his brother. In a short time, I just said, no, this boy, he was playing where the Madalas were playing a game. Madalas versus Madalas. He was included in that team. So I said, hey, please, gentlemen, you injure my son. But I just said about people talking about my son, whatever. But by that time, it was just maybe 9 to 10 years or something like that. But it was just a surprise, you know. Even me to find him, maybe has been called to the main provincial team for the Zambia national team.
He's somebody who gained the momentum. He can play 90 minutes and plus. He's a good player, and I feel that he will make it out of the best.
The Airtel Rising Stars brought so many experience in me. I was there in the season 1 Airtel Rising Star. By then, I was not that performed person. Yeah. But in this season 2, I came with that courage of playing football. And in mind, there was nothing like being selected to the national senior soccer team. My mind was being selected for the under-17. At a sudden, the coach told me I have been selected to the national team. At first, I was surprised, but then after the day after, I was used to it. I received a lot of encouragement there in Lusaka, and now I just have to prepare more and play the game.
When we return to Airtel football, we sit down with Cote d'Ivoire and Manchester City's Kolo Toure. We travel to Nairobi for the Airtel Rising Stars African Championships. Stay where you are.
Excite your life with Samsung Galaxy Music.
Africa, home to 1 billion football dreams. And somewhere, the next great footballer is about to be revealed. Airtel Rising Stars, 400,000 players, 18,000 teams, 16 countries, 1 African championship. Register now online or at any Airtel shop. Airtel Rising Stars. If you're out there, we'll find you.
Welcome back to Airtel Football. What a year 2012 was. Some of the greatest stories in African football were written, and Airtel Football was on hand to see it all. The Airtel Rising Stars competition is about making dreams a reality, about creating a platform for a new generation of rising stars in Africa. Stories that have lit up the footballing world and made headlines on papers across the continent. But perhaps there is no story so far quite as special as that of Priscilla Okiere. The young superstar captained Ghana's maiden stars to their best ever finish at a FIFA Women's competition and the furthest by any African side at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup.
Yeah, the first one we lost because they got a chance to see us because we went for training tour in their country, so they get tips on us, but we didn't see them. We didn't get any tips on them, so I think that's the main reason why we lost. And the first game we should have won, but we didn't take our chances. They took their first 2 chances, that's why they won. So I think that it was a luck for them to win. And the second match that we won, you see, we lost against them the first opening match. So we thought that no, we shouldn't let Germany beat us for the second time. They are not good than us, or they are not better side than us. So we thought it was that if we beat them, that would be a great record because even the men's side, they have not won against Germany before. So we have to win for all Ghanaians to see what we have done. So we decided to win that game. Yeah, and that game too, I would say it was a revenge, yeah.
I'm proud, partly because this team is the first team, national team, to go to that level. And she happens to be my daughter. Very, very proud of her.
To understand the incredible journey of one of Africa's emerging footballing stars, we decided to take a journey 250 kilometers northwest of Accra to Kumasi, located here in Ghana's rainforest region and approximately 480 kilometers north of the equator. Often referred to as the Garden City, Kumasi has a population of just under 2 million, making it the largest city within the Ashanti Kingdom. It's also Priscilla's home, the place where she fell in love with the beautiful game. Outside are the streets where she kicked her first football, the same streets that Priscilla grew up playing. Emulating her legends, names like Ibrahim Sunday, Sami Kuffour, Michael Essien, and Abedi Pele. Perhaps then not realizing the heights of success that she would reach. It's not to say that she doesn't have some other interests as well. A quick game of PlayStation, and we're sure it goes without saying that even her virtual side must be the Black Stars.
Ever since that I was born, it's always been football, so I don't know what I would have done or what I would do. It's only football that's on my mind right now.
Africa has produced some of the greatest footballers in the world. Côte d'Ivoire has been responsible for a few big names as well, like brothers Kolo and Yaya Toure. The siblings are certainly living the dream, even playing for the same English Premier League side, Manchester City. We caught up with Kolo Toure in Gabon during the 2012 Africa Cup of Nations tournament.
It doesn't matter against who you play, but the African nation is a really difficult competition, you know, and all the teams who are out now, they've been beaten by some team. You know, when you look at Sudan now, what Sudan doing is fantastic, and I think they've been playing very well, and they show in the tournament that why they are there. You know, even Niger, you know, those countries. I think African football is getting stronger and stronger. There's more countries of football who just try to develop it, the football aspect. You know, and now I think we're gonna see more, like we say, the small team really coming and fighting with the big team. That's why for us it's very important that we just keep focused, working hard, and just try to win our game and respect the team we play.